Okay, today's aim is how do we understand angles formed by a transversal? Well, the first thing we have to do is understand what is a transversal. We have to define a transversal. So let's take a look at this diagram. So a transversal is a line that intersects two coplanar lines at two distinct points. This needs to be in your notes. So if you need to, put your player on pause, take down the diagram, and take down the definition and hit play to resume. So, a transversal is a line that intersects two coplanar lines at two distinct points. Well, first of all, what are coplanar lines again? Let's take a look. So, coplanar lines are lines that lie on the same plane. So here I have this line here on top, this line on the bottom, this line over here on the right side. These are all coplanar lines because they lie on the same plane. Again, if you do not have this in your notes, if you do not remember it, if you don't know it, you need to put your player on pause, take down the diagram, take down the definition, and hit play to resume. What is a transversal? A transversal is a line that intersects two coplanar lines. So, let's go back here. A transversal is a line that intersects two coplanar lines at two distinct points. Where are those points? Well, I've got those points right over here. There's one point, there's another. These are the two distinct points of intersection. What is my transversal? I labeled my transversal T. And which are my two lines? Line L and line M. These are my two lines. The diagram shows the 8 angles formed by a transversal T and the two lines L and M. Here are the 8 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of them have special names, and we're going to discuss what those special names are. They have special names, and we're going to identify what those names are and find ways for you to remember them. But please put your player on pause, make sure you've got this definition down, and make sure you've got this diagram down before you hit play to resume. Okay, so let's take a look at an example of two lines cut by a transversal and the angles that are formed. So the first thing we have to do is identify what are what is the vocabulary for the angles that are formed. And the vocabulary is going to use everything that you see in green, red, and blue. Okay, so again, take down this diagram with these words: exterior, interior, exterior, as well as alternate sides. This needs to be in your notes. Okay, so let's first, I'm going to call this T for transversal. That is my transversal. This guy right over there, that is the transversal. Okay, alternate sides. You might remember the word alternate from alternate side parking. So if your parents have a car, sometimes they have to park on alternate sides of the road so that street cleaning, which is in effect, can clean the streets. You may also know alternate from the days that you have gym or that you have advisory. On alternate days, you have gym or advisory. Let's say on odd days you might have gym, on even days you may have advisory. Those are alternate days. Opposite days, other days. Alternate sides of a transversal are opposite sides of the transversal. This is your transversal, this line going straight down here that intersects the two lines, line L1 and line L2, at two distinct points. There's your transversal. Here are alternate sides. What does interior mean? Well, interior means inside. Notice how these two parts of my alternate sides are the interior because they are inside or on the interior of line L1 and L2. So this space here is the interior of these two lines, L1 and L2. What are these spaces over here in red? Those are exterior or outside those two lines, L1 and L2. So inside is interior, outside, exterior, outside, exterior. Okay, again, if you do not have this in your notes, it needs to be in your notes. We will be looking for this in your notes. Okay, so let's see how we name the angles. As we said before, there are 8 different angles that are created by two lines cut by a transversal, and they all have names. Let's see what those names are. Okay, first of all, we're going to take a look at alternate interior angles. Why are they called alternate interior? Well, first of all, they are alternate. Why? Because they are on alternate sides of the transversal. So let's take a look at what we have here. I have angle 1 and angle 2. They are on alternate sides of my transversal, and they are in the interior of these lines, L1 and L2. Right? This is my transversal, T. this guy right here, that's my transversal. So these two angles, angle 1 and angle 2, they are on alternate sides of my transversal, and they are in the interior of line L1 and L2. Let's take a look at this. Here we have another pair of interior angles, but they're called same side interior. Why? Well, if we took a look at angles 1 and 4, they're on the same side of the transversal. So we call them same side interior. They're on the same side of the transversal, in this case the left side, but they're still all on the interior. They're both on the interior of the two lines. Let's take a look at these corresponding angles. So corresponding angles might be a little more difficult to understand, which is why I'm going to try to explain it slightly differently. Okay, let's see if we can explain this slightly differently. So imagine I had two lines. Here's a line and there's a line. And we're going to call this, we'll call this line 1, and we're going to call this line 2. And let's draw ourselves a nice transversal, and here we go. So this we're going to call the transversal. Okay, so what are the corresponding angles? Let's take a look at angles 1 and 7. So they said we call these corresponding angles, these guys right here, angle 1 and angle 7. They are corresponding angles. Well, why is that? So let's take a look at what these places are. Okay, so if you grew up in New York, you'll know New York is a very easy city to navigate because we can always refer to corners of the street by using north, south, east, and west. Remember, if you have a coordinate plane, we've done this earlier, this is north, this is south, this is east, this is west. Let's make that look like a north, not like a W. Okay, so this is north, south, east, west. If I want to refer to this corner over here, I would call this the northeast corner. If I want to refer to this corner over here, I call this the northwest corner. If I want to refer to this corner here, I call this the southeast corner. And if I want to refer to this corner, this is called the southwest corner. Let's go to this intersection over here. This point over here, this again is the northeast corner. This is called the northwest corner. This is called the southeast corner, and this of course is called the southwest corner. So if you know your directions, this should be pretty easy. So why do we call them corresponding? Well, let's take a look at what we've got. I've got the northeast corner here. I've got the northeast corner here. They have the same name. They correspond with each other. Let's take another example. I've got the southeast corner here. I've got the southeast corner here. Their names are the same. They correspond to each other. Let's see what I got here. I've got the northwest corner here. I've got the northwest corner here. They have the same name. They correspond with each other. And finally, I've got the southwest corner here. And I've got the southwest corner here. Those names are the same. They correspond with each other. So now maybe it's easier for you to understand why we call them corresponding angles, because they have the same name. When you think in terms of north, south, east, west, it's much easier to see. This is what I'd like for you to do. So it says, using the diagram above, name another pair of alternate interior angles, same side interior angles, corresponding angles. And then it says, look at diagram 3 and name what you think would be called same side exterior and same side and alternate exterior angles. Okay, so put your player on pause, answer these questions, and we'll come back together and you can hit play to compare your answers. Okay, so let's see what we got. So it says, using the diagram above, name another pair of alternate interior angles. Well, if one pair of alternate interior angles were 1 and 2, another pair would be what? Angles 3 and angle 4. 3 and 4, there's a pair. Name another pair of same side interior angles. Same side interior. So same side interior would be angles 3 and 2. So angle 3, angle 3 and angle 2. That's another pair of same side interior angles. How about corresponding angles? Well, we got a lot to choose from, folks. So I can say angles 2 and angle what? Angle 2 and angle 6. There's another pair. Let's get another pair. How about angle 3 and angle 8? There's another pair of corresponding angles. How about angles 4 and 5? Angle 4 and angle 5. There's another pair of corresponding angles. Now look at diagram 3. That's this guy right over here, diagram 3. Right? That's the one all the way on the right. That's diagram 3. And it says, name what you think would be called same side exterior angles. Same side exterior. Well, exterior, first of all, means outside. So we're taking a look at this area up here and this area down there. What would be same side exterior angles? Well, they have to be the same side of the transversal. So here's the same side of the transversal over here. And exterior angles, that means we're talking about angles 8 and 6. So angle 6 and angle 8. There's a pair of same side exterior angles. How about angles 5 and 7? There's another pair of same side exterior angles, angles 5 and 7. There's another pair of same side exterior angles. How about alternate exterior angles? Let's see, alternate exterior. Alternate means on opposite sides of the transversal. Let's erase this for a moment. And I want to find alternate exterior angles. Well, alternate means, whoops, let me undo that. Alternate means on opposite sides of the transversal. Exterior means on the outside of the two lines, line 1 and 2. Well, here's alternate sides, right? Exterior, which means out here and out here. So 6 and 7. There's a pair of alternate exterior angles, angle 6 and angle 7. What is another pair of alternate exterior angles? Well, how about angles 5 and 8? There's another pair of alternate exterior angles. Okay. Here's what I'd like for you to do. Put your player on pause, and it says for each item below, name a pair of corresponding angles, alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior, same side exterior. Put your player on pause, and when you are done, hit play to resume to compare your answers. Okay, so let's see. Pairs of corresponding angles. Well, let's start with this. Northeast, northeast. So angles F and B. So that's awful. So we have angle F and angle B. There's one pair of corresponding angles. Another pair would be angle C and G. So angle C and angle G. Another pair might be angle D and H. So angle D, that doesn't look like a D, angle D and angle H. I hope your handwriting is better than mine. And let's have one more pair. How about angle A and E? So angle A and angle E. A pair of alternate interior angles. Well, we have angle D and angle E. D, which is this guy over here, and angle E. And of course, another pair would be angles C and F. So angles C and F. Remember, folks, a pair means two angles. That's a C, and that is the angle sign. Okay, how about alternate exterior angles? Well, exterior, so on the outside of the two lines. So a pair of alternate exterior angles would be angles B and G. So angle B and angle G. That's one pair of alternate exterior. Another pair would be angle A and H. So angle A and angle H. Same side interior angles. Same side of the transversal on the inside or interior of lines L1 and L2. How about angle F and D? So angles F and angle D. D. And another same side interior angles, angles C and E. So angle C and angle E. Finally, a pair of same side exterior angles. So same side of the transversal, exterior outside of the two lines, angle B and H. So angle B and H. And what else? As you guessed it, angle A and G. So angle A and angle G. Very good. I hope that was helpful. Take a look at Jupyter Grades for your homework, and we'll see you tomorrow.